Hi, so we're here to spotlight our new acquisitions, which is really exciting because these are going to be in our new exhibition, Sampled Styles. So this is the first one. It is a sampler by Elizabeth Blackburn from 1723. And we've acquired it from Whitney Antiques with the very generous support of the Beecroft Bequest administered by Museums Association. And this sampler is really special because it shows a transition between the style common in the late 17th century and the later alphabet and band samplers that were common in the 18th century. So here we have Rococo stitch flowers at the bottom, and we also have a stitched ship on some water. And it's thought that Elizabeth Blackburn lived not far from the river and the sea in Lancashire, so this may explain her choice of the ship as a motif. This, together with another sampler stitched 2 years earlier by Anne Woolley in 1721, forms part of the earliest known sampler group in England by Quakers outside of London. So it's a really exciting acquisition. And this and the other sampler were both under the direction of the same embroidery teacher due to the similarity in style, but the ship and the flowers are entirely Elizabeth Blackburn's own choice, it would seem, because they do differ. So at the top we have this more old-fashioned, at this point, style, in which you have these highly stylized decorative vegetative bands, and this beautiful, almost watercolour effect here in Hungarian stitch. You then have some rows of lettering, and they start with a very ornate spiky lettering at the top, and they go down to a much more normal lettering down here. And you can see repetition in some of these areas where it reminds us that this was primarily a stitching exercise to practice the needlework skills for the girls who were doing it. You've then got some geometric patterns, and then you have this lovely little verse, which is "Fear the Lord, and he will be a tender father unto thee." And this is a riff off a very similar verse that starts "Love the Lord" instead of "Fear the Lord," that was present on very many Quaker samplers of this period. And it seems to be a joining of snippets from a couple of different psalms. We then have the numbers along here, all the way to 11. So you can see there is quite a lot of variation. Sometimes the numbers would be 0 to 9, but they could go up as far as something like 21 on one of our samplers. Then we have these stylized roses, and then we have Elizabeth Blackburn, her work finished in the year of our Lord 1723, very helpful date and name there. Then at the bottom you have the Rococo stitch flowers, which are that more old-fashioned by this point style, nicely uniting those two types.